What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. I'm Rahgel. This is Sig. You seem confused. Did I
I
go
heard
too
I heard
fast?
I heard a loud squeak on your side come through my headset.
Oh, I might have been my
It startled me.
microphone.
I'm
We were
easily
slapping the
startled.
microphones around. Oh yeah, it was that one. I don't know.
I'm
We were
easily
slapping
startled.
microphones last episode, so I may have loosened something up.
It's
Everything seems fine. Maybe I don't know. But
me,
no,
Sig.
no, it's gotten my setup has gotten a lot more use in the last week since I've been home by myself, able to game or do whatever I want ish.
Which how's that been going? Because I invited you on Saturday, but no, or not Saturday, Friday. Sorry, Friday. Friday.
Friday. What did I do Friday?
Not shit. You told me nope, can't join you.
Nope, I didn't do anything. What was I doing Friday? Oh, I was watching movies on Friday. I was legit watching what did I watch? I watched the new Transformer movie Friday night.
The Beast one.
The Primal, yeah.
Yep.
Not bad. I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than the last one.
Well, it doesn't fucking take much. It doesn't fucking take
Um
much.
that and I watched a couple movies. It was just kind of one of those nights like, okay, I have nothing to do. I knew I was golfing the next morning, so I didn't want to get too
Gotcha.
crazy in my at home life of not doing anything. So it's not like I was gonna do anything crazy, but yeah, I knew, and I had to walk the course too. So, which in
Oh man.
my age right now, I'm not a fucking fan of walking with golf clubs and anything else. And it wasn't even, like I had to put them on my back and carry them. I had a pull behind cart, which just
Yeah.
wasn't even fun either.
I
But
say they
like,
make them with wheels.
I'll never do it again. Never will I do that again. It wasn't that bad. It's just no. I walked across the street from the parking lot to the clubhouse. My back hurt carrying my clubs. I'm like, this is gonna be a fucking great day. Great fucking day. Granted, it's the first time I've been golfing in like 2 years, but I think I'm gonna get a little more into golfing, not like full fledged balls deep into it, but try to get out and do a little bit more. And then I went to the driving range the next day, and I had to take it easy for the day after that.
It's mostly
Monday?
putting.
Yeah.
You're like, eh.
Oh man, I went and I swung a few times. I took my son as well, and I let him hit more because when I was doing my drive and like that is my drive is good. I was hitting everything fine. Then I went to some of the irons, and then my back hurt after that. So I just like, oh yeah, you got those. Go ahead and hit the other
Your
200
turn.
balls that we have sitting there. Yeah, you're good. Swing away. Go ahead. And I'll be honest, I've done a lot of cleaning and throwing stuff away
So
since
how
they've been
much
gone.
trouble you're gonna be in when she comes back?
So this is my last podcast because they come back in a couple days. You won't see me anytime soon. Uh,
It's okay. I already have his
no,
replacement.
I made it very clear that things were going away when they left. So when you come back and the house looks a lot less cluttered, you can thank me because the stuff that you haven't touched in like a year and a half, it's gone because you have no desire for it.
You just hit
So
all the chocolates.
that's those have like a mechanism to where they know if they've been touched.
Like the
They
AC,
slap me.
the thermometer.
It's like somebody's touching the thermostat right now. No, but other than that, I haven't cooked either. I have either eaten leftovers that we've had. I have eaten out a few times. I had two Taco Bell nights, to be honest. I had two. Felt good about myself.
I was getting ready to
Not that
ask
how
you about
much I
that.
ate, but
I got a story for you because it's just happened last night, and it concerns Taco Bell. Let me preface by saying this: the Taco Bell, both of them, here in Manhattan, Kansas, suck ass. Terrible service. The lobby's not open, and they're shitty fucking people that work there. They're not great. So I want to preface that because it's no
okay.
matter what day of the week, it's always just bad service, whether DoorDash or you're picking up. Anyways, so I texted my wife last night because she had to work late. I said, hey, here's your two options. because I'm done cooking for a few days. I've literally been cooking every day for the last like month or two. So I was like, here's your options. I will throw pizza in the oven and we can have that. Or, because she really has been wanting Taco Bell, I don't want to go to Taco Bell because I don't like going to the drive-thru. It's always fucking long. I was like, or I will buy Taco Bell and you can pick it up. And she's like, fine, Taco Bell. Just tell me when to pick it up and what side of town. It's like, cool. Tell me which one. Place our order. It's not a complicated order. Literally, just kind of explain how easy of an order it is. It's my wife just wanted three country tacos, cinnamon twist, and nacho, like chips and cheese. That's all she wanted. And then I wanted a box meal. And it was like
a $5 box meal.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I got I got one of their deluxe ones. It was like $8.
Okay.
But anyways, I got my drink. Very simple fucking order. All in all, 8 items. That's it. Including the drink. 8 different items. Not hard. So she waits in line, and when she gets to the speaker box, the lady comes on. What you want? And she's like,
Once you fix your fucking attitude, that's
no, because my wife's too nice. She goes, I just got here. She goes, well, does everything on your screen look right? No, ma'am, I just got here. I'm here for a pickup. Window 2. Okay. So she goes, picks up the order, and she's like, Kyle? No, says my name.
Nah, bitch, this is Karen. Come here.
So she's like, oh, here you go. So she hands her a bag, and my wife's like, there's supposed to be a box meal, which means you get the meal inside of a box.
Yeah.
That's the fucking thing. And anyways, so she's like, it's all in the bag. Don't worry. It's all in the bag. Okay. So wife brings it home, and it looks like she basically ripped the receipt off of our bag, our actual order, and placed it on Kyle's order, or Kevin's, whatever, because the sticker's ripped, and just placed on there and gives it to us. And this dude ordered 2 crunch wraps, 3 beef and bean burritos, couple tacos, some other burrito ones that we can't figure out because we didn't open them, and like 3 or 4 things of chips and cheese. A lot of fucking food. I'm already pretty pissed stoned off. It really was.
It was high as shit.
I was already pretty pissed off because, like, had it not been our ordered, and it would have been like decent food, I'd be like, fuck it, whatever. This is a lot more food than we ordered. It's fine. But instead, I decided, nope, fuck this. I'm done dealing with this shit. I tweeted, I've gone on Instagram, I've gone on social media, I blasted the franchise owners that own the Taco Bells here, like, done all this the respectable, proper 21st century type shit. And no one cares. So finally, I called the store up, and it rings for probably about 3 minutes. I'm like, nope, you ain't getting rid of me this easily. I'm going to call you. Finally, guy picks up and he's like, hey, thanks for calling Taco Bell. How can I help you? I was like, hey, yeah, we just picked up an order, and it's not ours at all. Well, are you sure it's not your order? Yeah, it's not my order. This is Kyle's order. Well, how do you know it's Kyle? Because the lady at the window asked us upon pickup, Kyle? And we said no, and gave my name. Insert my name here. And he goes, oh, I didn't know about that. 1 second. Puts us on hold. You can still hear what's going on. So he's yelling at somebody. He comes back on. He's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? I want my fucking money back then. Like, give me my money back. He goes, well, you gotta come back to the store. Your lobbies are not open. Okay, well, wait in line. And then come to the store. I was like, open your fucking lobbies so where I can come inside a store. So where you can be a proper restaurant. But that's neither here nor there. Open your lobbies or just give me my money back. You're telling me you can't do this over the phone? Nope, can't do it. Okay, well then can I come get my order remade? Yeah, what did you get? I tell him everything. And he's like, hold on, you're going too fast, you're going too fast. It's like, bro, fucking not fast at all. Because literally, I'm reading up. Yeah, I just need the deluxe box with the chalupa and something called a DLT. Doritos Loco Tacos. Found that out. And so I'm reading this all off, and he's like, whoa, I had to read that fucker off 4 times. 4 times. Like, how many tacos did you say you wanted? There's going to be a total of 6. Okay. At this point, I was like, I'm going to fucking add other stuff in here because at this point, I'm fucking pissed. You're wasting my time. You're acting stupid as shit. So I was like, oh yeah. Oh, I also forgot to mention there's 6 Cinnabon. Like now I'm adding shit we didn't pay because at this point I'm like, fuck you. If you just made my order right the first time, we wouldn't be here. So rack up a huge tally, and I was like, do you want this food back? Because I ain't gonna eat it. Nope, you can throw it away. Well, that ain't gonna fucking happen. Side note, Taco Bell next day over is disgusting.
No, it's fucking not. You bite your damn. We already talked about this on a leftover podcast. It's fucking good.
All of Kyle's had lettuce. It was disgusting. I couldn't pick it out. But anyways,
No.
so
No.
I go to Taco Bell, and by the way, got their strawberry lemonade. That's amazing. That was right. My wife did bring home a strawberry lemonade with the first order, but not the right food. So I got a second drink for free. And so I go through, and I get to the window. I was like, hey, I'm here for my remake order. Insert my name. And they're like, okay, yeah, come to the front. And the lady just looks to the window and goes, you need help? I was like, yeah, you fucked up my order. Excuse me? No. I won't excuse you. You fucked up my order. My wife just came here, and you said, Kyle? And she said, no. Sig. Make this easier. Sig. And you said, oh. And you clearly just ripped the receipt off and stuck it onto the other bag. No, I didn't. Ma'am, the receipt was torn with the sticker still on it. You ripped it. And it's okay. I don't give a fuck. I just want my food. You're going to have to fix Kyle's food, too, because we have it at our house. And, whatever. Manager comes over. He's like, all right, man, here you go. Just hands me a bag of food. And I sit there. I'm going through. Like, I'm taking out every fucking item. And by the end of it, I go, my strawberry lemonade? He goes, oh, shit. Sorry. Grabs an extra large cup. I just fucking wanted a regular size. But okay, whatever.
I would have, if in that situation, I would have done the same thing if I was him.
No,
I'd have gave you a fucking bucket at that point.
And he gave us like a bunch of receipts or a bunch of coupons.
It's like receipts. Like, here's the receipts tonight. You can see what they had too. Sorry, I didn't mean to fuck this up.
So like he was pretty pissed off. But while I was waiting there to still going through my order to make sure everything's right, so I don't have to drive home. And by the way, it's not far. It's like 3 minutes away from my house, but it's not the point.
But the wait line is another thing too.
Oh, it's always
you made it very clear it's long.
Yeah, it's into the intersection. It's crazy. But anyways.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So I sit there and literally picking out my food. And he's like, okay, you can go. No. I'm still looking at my order. I point down to the big thing. I was like, oh, where's my box, by the way? I just threw it all in there. Okay. 1 taco, 2 taco, 3 taco, 4 taco, 5 taco, 6 taco. Open tacos up, looking for that Doritos taco. Okay. Chalupa. Okay. There's only 2 bags of Cinnabon Twist in here. So, oh, I'm so sorry. And he just gave us like another big bag of it. Walked away with like a dozen. I was like, my wife's cinnamon twists are missing too, because she really wants cinnamon twists. Just 3 or 4 bags of those. And I was like, I really just wanted one because she won't eat more than one, and I won't touch those nasty things. I don't like them. So, anyways, yeah, we had 2 big ass orders, and we ate all of ours. And then while watching a movie, my wife's like, you want to eat Kyle's foods? God, no. I'm so full. No, that petty revenge was too much. I'm so full. Oh,
I'm so tired. So tired from all this pettiness. What do I do? Our stomachs are full. My ego is built. What do I do?
I was like, oh, there's one more Cinnabon left. Oh, okay, now I'm done. Here's the thing, like, any other day of the week, I don't give a fuck. But whatever, like, my kids were super annoying. I was just not having it. So this was kind of like the icing on the cake where I was like, you know what? Fuck everyone. I'm fucking done with you. My wife's like, it's fine. We'll just ask. Like, nope. I'm calling. Oh, and now I'm going to be super petty. I'm going to call the 1-800 number tomorrow, i.e. today. I'm going to email them. I'm going to fill out this survey report. Oh, I'm going to blast them. I blast them in that line I had to wait in. I had nothing but time. Call the 1-800 number. How can we help you? Told them about the issues. Oh my God, we're so sorry. By the way, are the lobbies supposed to be open? Yes. We're not in pandemic mode anymore. All lobbies are to remain open. Yeah, they're not open. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and as somebody who DoorDash is, and we have to wait 20, 40, 50, 60, 80 minutes in line, yeah. No. Pisses me off.
Oh, do you guys have, so up here there's a drive-through, then there's a mobile drive-through, like a
We don't have
no
we don't have a
mobile.
mobile
No.
drive-through. Mm.
Oh, this Taco Bell is like not even 6 months old, so it's all new. Um, I have a good friend of mine. His family, they own a franchise, Poncheros, up here,
Yep.
and we'll go there every now and then, and obviously try to eat theirs. We don't eat anywhere else.
Yeah.
Always theirs,
Support.
wherever their
Yeah.
franchises are. Yeah. We had one time where I ordered on the mobile app, and we got our food, and there was no meat, and I clearly put meat on the order, and so we're eating, and we're looking at each other like, "There's no way." There's got to be something here somewhere. Like there's no way. So we call up and like, hey, we just got our food, eating out. Like there's no meat on here, and they go through it and they're like, yeah, you didn't put meat on it. I'm like, okay, I did not order 3 bowls like taco bowls of vegetables. I didn't order a tortilla with lettuce. Um, and 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 the thing was is we weren't mad. Like we were not mad about it. Like we get it. Like things get fucked up. We understand. And with it being their franchise, we know it was something messed up. So we called them and they like, okay, let me call the owner and get things, or my manager, which is the owner. And I can hear in the background like, I don't know what to do. Like they ordered this stuff, but it's not there. And then I heard her say, yeah, they used the mobile app. Come to find out, the mobile app has had some issues of
Yeah.
obviously completing the order, stuff like that, which I get. Cool. I work in shit like that. I understand it. Shit happens. This is the first time it's ever happened to us. We never really had any problems ever. And so she's like, well, what do you want to do? Like, do you want your money back? I said, so they added like 6 or 7 free burritos to our app, which is like essentially it's free meals at that point. And I'm like, cool, yeah, that's no problem. Like, honestly, my kids are eating it, not the lettuce taco, but they're eating the other stuff. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, it all tastes fine. I don't care.
The last taco should have been the one that's like, what the fuck is wrong with this order?
But shit happens. If obviously, and they're busy. They always have a lot of things going on. So if somebody sees that, like, okay, cool, less work for me to do. Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
You're reading obviously what's there. You're in fucking work mode. It is what it is. Next order. I get it.
The whole like less work to do. Look, I don't like ice in my drinks at all. Don't come at me. You shut up. I don't like ice in my drinks. The stuff that comes out of the fountain is cold enough. It's fine. But the audacity I face from people when I was like, no ice, and they're like, It's like, hey, you're skipping a step.
One less step. No, I get it. Yeah,
or
no,
like,
I
don't
understand.
include this, and they're like, ugh.
But there's still in my head. It makes you. It's like, okay, there's a fucking weirdo who wants no ice, and I do get why people do it, because you get more drink when you don't get ice, because yes, they fill your cup
The soda
with
automation cup, or the soda system, because I know people who own like McDonald's franchises. I've built their AT&T and Verizon accounts, and they're like, yeah, just no ice, and the system is meant to only fill up for a set duration of time. So it's not. There's no sense that says, "Oh, it's 3/4 full." It literally goes, "Okay, you get 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, done."
Yep.
So it doesn't fucking matter. Now, majority of the time, yes, they'll fill it up at least to the top line. But I definitely have had orders at like Burger King and McDonald's where I get like a third cup of soda. I had this big empty thing. It's like, well, if you would got ice, bitch, push the button. I don't get ice to get. I don't skip ice. I don't skip ice to get more soda. I skip ice because the ice literally hurts my teeth. So, fuck off.
Yeah. So in our whole debacle, in our whole debacle with this order, we ended up texting the owner, because as I said, we're good friends with him. I was like, hey, your mobile app is having some issues. Just want to let you know. They're like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, you know what we mean. You were just on the phone about our order. And they're like, oh my God. I'm like, was that you guys? Like, yeah, it was us. And they tried to say they were sorry. I was like, I don't care. I'm like, the kids are eating it. we're fine.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal.
More of a
Get it,
FYI
it's
type
whatever.
thing.
So we're just, and that's mainly what it was. Like, hey, we're letting you know, so some asshole doesn't be like, hey, you fucked up my order, and now I want to just unleash hell on you. Like, we're really easygoing when it comes to stuff like that because she's worked in, she's been a server for many years. She's worked in that whole thing, and I've eaten in a lot of places, so I understand. So.
I was waiting to see where this went. I was like, oh yeah, we'll just go with the fat route. Okay.
I've eaten a lot of places, so I get it. I mean, I've had my order fucked up numerous times. It's whatever. I am the type of person who will not send food back. If you give me the wrong food
It
and
depends.
it's edible, cool. I will not, unless it's something I will not eat at all. If you give me something that has fucking, like, looks disgusting, tastes disgusting, I won't eat it, but I'm not gonna send it back. I'll just take this off my bill. I'll grab something on the way home.
Yeah,
I will not send it back.
We'll do that. We'll do that the majority of the time. We're like, well, how was everything? It's like, this wasn't good. Like, it's not your fault. It's the chef's fault. But this isn't good. I didn't like it. Clearly didn't eat any of it. And majority of the time, as long as you're nice and pleasant about it, as much as you can be, because it's like you're showing distaste, they're really good. Like, I've never had an issue, but there's definitely been times where I've sent food back, and like, again, I think I've talked about this before on like podcast episodes before, if not just you and I shooting the shit on game nights. If I can't have cherry, and this isn't like cherry flavoring or just real, like, I can't have cherry flavoring, syrups, the fruit, can't have cherry. I will throw up. Does not agree with me. I don't know what it is. Never got tested for it. Just cherry anything, including candy. So it tends, like, I will exclude those, or I won't get candy with cherry flavoring it. But there's been a few times where, like, I've ordered desserts, and it's just something as simple as like a cake or like a cheesecake, to be specific. And I was like, oh, I want the strawberry cheesecake, and they brought a cherry one. I was like, no, like, you need to send this back. Well, this is what you ordered. No, I ordered strawberry, the other red one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, I can't even touch it because literally I will be in the bathroom throwing up within minutes of eating it. So there's times I've sent it back, and there's other times where, like, Olive Garden, for example, I ordered a vodka chicken, and for whatever reason, they brought me out a penne pasta dish with chicken and shrimp. I'm like, I need that. That's not at all even close to what I ordered. This has white sauce, and I have a pink sauce, and this has shrimp. I don't eat shrimp at all. Like, so it's definitely been like that time I do remember the waitress being very cool about it. She's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't know who loaded my tray. I did not pay attention. I'm so sorry. Let me take care of that. And they ended up, like, comping us for it. It's like, no, it's fine. I'll pay for the fucking meal. Just, I'm not gonna touch this even.
Give me what I want.
Yeah, I'm very,
no,
like,
box
very
it up,
pleasant.
take it home.
So
kids will eat it.
For to have happen what happened with Taco Bell last night, like, that's one of those, like, I just had a very shitty day, and this was something as simple as you can read a receipt and go, Sig, all right, Kyle, nope, rip, switch, done. Like, it's the lack of simplistic care for your job, even if it's a shitty job. I get it. I've worked retail life. I've done commission life. I've done the military life. I've done lawn maintenance life growing up. Like, I get it. It sucks. But it's also your means to eat and be provided with cash. So do your job properly to a degree. Don't just, whatever, I don't give a fuck type thing. And it's not like it was fucking midnight, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. And then also with sending food back or not wanting to pay for the meal that was not good. I'm not the type to either will eat 3/4 of it and be like, oh no, it wasn't. Like, clearly where I'm full and, like, I can't eat anymore. Like, oh no, it wasn't good. Like,
I've gone on dates in the past.
You ate more than like 3/4 of the fucking meal.
Like, I can't list where my wife works because I don't want to get her in trouble at all. But return policy is stupid. Anyways, they will often get people who will use 100% of the product and bring it back because they have a policy. As long as you bring the product back and have a receipt, we'll allow you to return it. Stupid fucking policy. Now it's changed. Use less than
Mhm.
75% of the product. You can still return it. And she would get people in and be like, I didn't like the smell of this anymore. I want, bitch, the whole fucking thing's gone. What do you mean
Yeah.
you don't like the smell of it?
That's,
It's gone.
sorry, you used the entire candle. You just brought back the jar, and it's
Oh, it's
burnt.
just it
So no.
lotions. Oh my god! But it drives me up the wall because like I remember I used to be customer service at Walmart years ago, and I remember I'd have people do that same shit. I was like, oh, I didn't like this product, bro. You ate the whole bag of chips. What the fuck do you mean I don't like this product? Well,
Yeah.
it says on the back, if not satisfied. Yeah, that means if you like have a few chips and you decide, I don't like pickle chips anymore. Cool. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
return
but
it. Not you
I
ate the
could
whole
not do
fucking
that.
bag. Eh,
If I buy food like that, like obviously, like okay, there's 1,000 types of Doritos. Not all of them are good. Okay, if I pull a bag of Doritos, like oh, I want to try this one, and I pull it, I'm like oh, a pepper jack. They had a
But do
pepper
you
jack
do
Dorito.
like me and you
I
try to go
ate it.
find the little trial size first? You're like, I
Yeah, I
want to find this
do.
first.
But if I see the big one, I'm like all right, I'm gonna get it anyways because they're only on sale.
Yep.
And okay, so like I tried, I'm like okay, the pepper
Nope.
jack. There's no fucking flavor to that one.
No.
Okay, it's not
Tastes like
bad.
it tastes
Like
just like a corn
it's a
chip. Just like,
yeah, exactly. So I mean, I've eaten like half the bag at this point. Like, there's no fucking flavor.
one of these had
But
to have it.
I'm like, all right,
Nope.
well, cool. I'm not buying that again. I'm not gonna be an asshole and
No.
return it.
No.
Granted, even if I took a couple chips out of it, or if I tried it in the parking lot, didn't like it, I'm not gonna go back
No.
in and say, hey, I don't like this. Give my money back. Like, no, that's not how that works at all. I don't think I've ever gone back to a grocery store in particular and said, I don't like this, take it back. I have called and said, hey, I just got like strawberries and they're covered in mold
Yeah.
because I didn't inspect. Like that happens. I get it. I've worked in grocery stores. Produce is very, very touchy. Strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, that shit
Yep.
will grow mold instantly if it's not kept right
Yep.
or if they're trying to, push them out because they have an abundance of them.
Well, or if
And
your
I get it.
stockers are not doing
The
oldest,
rotations.
yeah, the proper
Yeah.
rotation of you, oldest comes
Yeah.
first and the newest goes to the
Hmm.
back. Like
Yeah.
I've worked retail, I've fucking worked retail years, so I
Hmm.
get it. I've done the fruit thing. Like I will do online ordering for groceries. Again, I go to Hy-Vee. I love Hy-Vee. I have nothing bad to say about them except for the
Hmm.
produce selection. I've got so meticulous about the notes because it's like, what notes do you want to leave for your shopper? And I literally
Oh
say,
yeah.
please inspect. Like it seems like I am so fucking anal about this shit because I am. But like a bag of lettuce, like a pre-mixed kit or whatever, I was like, please make
Yeah.
sure there's no air in it or it's minimized because if the bag is puffy and has air, that means it is oxidizing, which means the lettuce is wilting, the lettuce is going bad, and the bag has a shelf life of like 1 day when you get home. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna eat it that day. I want it to last at least like 2 or 3. So I leave notes like this because I know what to look for. But there's definitely been moments where like I bought strawberries for the kids and they come home and there's like 2 or 3 of them that blatantly have mold on them. I'm not talking about like, oh, it's buried on the bottom. I mean like the fucking big ass strawberry on top has a big patch.
Hmm.
And you're just like, oh yeah, that's fuzzy white mold right there.
Yeah.
Hy-Vee's always been really good at being like, hey, your picker, yeah, they gave me moldy or rotten strawberries, mushy bananas,
Mhm.
bag of lettuce is already nasty. Like there was one time where the lettuce had basically turned to slime,
Yeah.
and the
Stuff in the stomach.
manager was like, "Are you fucking serious? No, bring that in, please. We'll give you one for free. We'll take it off your bill." It's like, no, I'll pay for it. Don't fuck like, I'll pay for it. It's my product that I'm willing to buy. That's fine. I'll pay for it. I just want to return this. I want to swap it out. And
Yeah.
I'll never forget like giving it to him. And he's like, "This should never been on the shelf."
Mm.
I was like, "Oh, talk to your
Now, granted,
pickers."
you're being genuine about it. There are other people who take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've got this
Oh,
in the bottom of
absolutely.
my fridge. I just
Yep.
got a brand new one. I'd probably get another one if I say,
Yep.
oh, hey, this is what I got. You know, it's just like some of those things.
Stupid
Granted,
people fucking ruin
a,
everything.
a lot of the pickers are high schoolers or your baggers, cart collectors, things like that. A lot of the younger kids who are like,
First
I'm
job,
not gonna
possibly. Yep.
first job. A lot of them, not all, are not going to be genuine in what they're just going to try and go through
Hmm.
and fill as quick as they can. They're not, and
which is
there are
fine.
some that will
They have
look at
time
it.
metrics. They have metrics. I know.
Yeah.
I've done the picking thing. Like
Hmm.
I done it for Walmart when online grocery was just starting out. I woke up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to get a shift. So we're, we got 2 jobs here, and I remember, and I'm telling you, it was a hell show to watch. But at the same time, absolutely, there's some people who are like, I don't give a fuck. Here's your bananas. Here's your apples. I'm not gonna check them. Then you have anal retentive people who are like, I'm gonna shop for you, like I shop for myself. And it's also why I enjoyed it. But
No,
I'm really
I
anal
get it.
with other people doing it.
I'll tell you right now, if I had that job, you're getting anything I fucking grab. Right now, I'm not gonna sit there and go through your shit.
No.
I'm too old for this shit at that point. If that's my job right now, at the age that I'm at, you're getting
I'm
whatever the fuck I find.
I'm getting paid by the hour. You bet your sweet ass. I am gonna
Exactly.
take my sweet
That's
time.
me. Now, by me saying that, people are like, well, then how can you get mad if something like that happens? One, I understand. I understand that shit happens. I understand people have a bad day. I understand that people are gonna fuck up. But as long as I'm okay with accepting what they give me or getting it returned on my own time, cool. I understand it. People
Yeah.
fuck up. People have bad days. Cool. You're gonna get those people that are like, fuck this job. I'm gonna fuck everything I can. And you will have people that are just straight up assholes. They're gonna
Yeah.
fuck your order up on purpose,
Yeah.
just because they can. That's a power thing. They're gonna do what they can.
Yep. I mean, you're right because I witnessed it firsthand, and of course,
Mhm.
I see it even more now with like the flip side of the delivery service or the picking services, like take DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub and all them Postmates, with so many videos coming out of this Dasher, this Uber Eats, or so so took my food, or so so threw their food at me because I supposedly didn't tip well enough. We're not getting into the tipping spectrum of it. I think we've already covered it before. If we haven't,
Yeah.
just be respectful about it. I have a whole fucking story to do about it. But then you have people who, again, they're on a power trip of being Karens or Kyles, and they're like, well, you messed up my fucking order. No, bitch, I fucking didn't. I went to the store, picked your order up, and most of the time the bags are sealed now, so where the
Yeah.
dashers can't get into it, or the delivery drivers can't get into it. I've definitely like had customers try to, I use that term very loosely,
Mhm.
where I heard that, where they'll be like, my order's messed up. This is missing. This is missing. It's like, was the bag sealed? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. You need to talk to DoorDash and or the food service provider that you got from and let them know because I literally just went like UPS. Here's your package. That like there's I don't do anything, but I definitely have had like uh, I did like just recently I had an incident where I'm very much like I will tip for service, and DoorDash and Grubhub and Postmates has a very weird culture around it where you're now tipping before you get your food and before the service is fulfilled. And I get it. I get people being like, well, I don't want to tip until it's done. You ain't gonna tip anyways. Statistically
Oh
speaking,
yeah.
the mentality, the people with that mentality of I don't want to tip until I have the food, you have the mentality of I'm not going to tip. Period. Like statistically speaking, that's what it is. You can bash me in the comments, whatever. I don't care. That's from experience. Now there are one-offs who are like, I didn't tip you, but here's $5 in my mailbox. Please just pick it up on the way out. I'd rather you have cash, because there's people who believe they tax my tip before I get it. That's not the case. I get the tip 100%. But cool, I'll take the $5 and be done with it. But I had an incident where I decided this month I'm going to test out the per hour delivery with DoorDash, so I get paid on an hourly rate from the time I accept the order to the time I drop the order off and take a picture or hand it. However long it takes me to do that, I get an hourly base rate of $13.50 an hour, and then tips on top of that. And I can tell you, I did 2 hours of dashing the other night, and I made like $62. Why? Because I had to wait at Taco Bell. I kid you not.
Which
But
and
it worked.
I've used DoorDash I think a couple times, in the past week, and I'm a big person of $5 tips. Like that's a lot of times that's the max on a lot of tips that I do. If I have a $20 bill for just me, if I spend $20, you're getting a $5 tip. That's 25% of everything that I have. Now, if it's somewhere, I do get it. If it's somewhere way out and you have to travel quite a ways, okay, I get it. Cool, I'll bump it up.
So let's quantify a long ways, okay? Because a long ways for me during a delivery is not a long ways for me driving. Like driving to you is not a long ways for me. 4 hours. That's literally a day trip. They're back same day. That's still a long ways regardless. Now, long ways for like my deliveries, 10 miles is a long ways because that's food. So food gets cold. There's elements to play.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying. If you're looking over 5 miles, to me, that's a long ways. Over 5, and typically even anything over 3 miles. And granted, there's a McDonald's that's like within a mile, and I've ordered that time. It's like that's what it is. I could go get it, but I'm busy. Like I don't want to go get it. I don't
want to drag my fucking kids out.
I'm laying down and I don't want to fucking move. So yeah, you're gonna get.
I'm on the toilet.
And I'm not ordering a shit ton of food because it's just me doing it. But if I'm getting something like, I don't even know off the top of my head, but like something from somewhere that's at least 10 miles away, yeah, it's in my opinion, it's a delivery fee that you're having to pay and also a tip on top of that.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna tip you a little bit more if I know you have to come quite a ways. But I've noticed that when it comes to DoorDash, UberEats, all that stuff, the way that they drive, and obviously it's just the directions they're getting from whatever mobile app they're using.
It's either Google Maps, Apple Maps, or Waze.
Yeah, I mean, you're going way out of your fucking way to get anywhere, so you're making the delivery times even more.
Yep.
Because, I mean, you're having to go out of your way to get where you're going. So obviously, I look at that as well. Like, okay, if you're going to take this route,
and
that's a different story.
That's a common thing that gets brought up a lot because, I don't know the ins and outs still of the city I'm in, Manhattan. Even though I fucking lived here for 10 years now, there's still back streets I'm discovering. Like, oh, shortcut. All right, it's not a shortcut. Exactly. It's just a different way. And there's definitely been times where like I've done deliveries, and they're like, "You're gonna go up this main street. Okay, you're gonna take a left at this other main street, and you're just going down all these drastically main drags." And I was like, "No, I can just fucking cut down the middle. I'll hang up right here on 11th, and there I'm at." And on moments like that, I definitely have seen like majority. So I will get additional tip afterwards. I will get a notification that customer XYZ has tipped you additional $2-3, and they'll leave a note saying, "You dropped my food off 20 minutes early. Thank you."
Yeah.
Granted, there's always a few bad ones where like, oh, I'm not home yet. I'm not supposed to be off for another 30 minutes, and you dropped my food off early. Bro, you placed the order. Like this is
fucked up. Like
this is not a me thing. This is like
I will if I'm out, I will go through a fucking drive-through or whatever. I mean, unless you're ordering from like an actual restaurant, then that's the thing. But like,
I get so many that will be like, "Hey, just FYI, I'm not home. Can you please place my order?" And they tell me like where to place it to put it out of sight in case it rains or whatever.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is fine. But I literally have had a few where I have been, the most severe one was somebody who's an animal vet technician was placed an order, got the order, picked it up, dropped it out of the house, and purely based off the name, so it could be a male, but purely based upon the name, there was a feminine name, and she rips into me, and she's like, your site said my food's not supposed to be there until like 10:45, and you just dropped my food off, and it's 9:50. What the hell? What am I supposed to do? I'm not on lunch till... It's like, I just ignored it. I was like, I don't give a fuck. This is not a me problem. This is a you problem. If there was a chance your food was going to be delivered to your house prematurely, then maybe don't deliver the food to your house and have it delivered to your place of work, so where you can just take the food from your work home.
True.
Like it's not a me problem.
I mean, you're paying for the convenience of not having to do it, but then you get mad when the convenience isn't to
It's
your
too convenient.
convenience
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
it's
I
like,
mean,
what the fuck?
I like I'm with you. I will like I have Taco Bell. It's not even a quarter mile away from my house. McDonald's
Yeah.
is a quarter miles away from my house. I could fucking walk there if I wanted to. I won't. But there's definitely been times where I'm like, even if it's from DoorDash or Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats, or even the McDonald's app itself, I will pay for the convenience of delivery. So where I don't have to take my kids out, wait in line, go through I don't. I'm also very like if I don't have to talk to somebody, makes my day. That's why I like go to Old Chicago here. I can order in store even. I can order via the little tablet thing they put at the table, so where I can just place my order there, and then they just bring me my food. I was like, cool,
Yeah.
awesome, love it. I don't have to talk to you. Now I will still give you a tip because I know you have to bust my table. I know you're giving me refills and all that. Um, but like when my wife and I went out to Applebee's this past weekend, literally all we got was 2 drinks, 2 apps. That's it. Grand total was like 26, $30. We'll say $30 for nice round number.
Yeah.
And literally I'm looking at the bill. I was like, all right. How much should we tip? Oh man, 15's only like $4, $5, something like that. Wasn't a bad atmosphere. We enjoyed ourselves. We sat at the bar. The bartender was very friendly, very nice. Somebody else brought us our food. Like everybody's just super nice. It's 9:30 at night by the time, or 9:45 by the time we get done. So it's not bad. We enjoyed ourselves. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. And it rounded up to like a $7.50 and some change because it has to end in an even number or even dollar amount. I don't like change. It has to be 00.
That's not a bad thing. I know a lot of people do that too.
Yeah. Now, if I'm paying cash, I'm just like, here you go, whatever. Type thing.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. But again, was there any stellar service? No, we didn't get free refills because alcohol. But at the same time, the service that was provided asked I always feel like a fucking goober because they had their Mountain Dew berry pulse or berry blast, whatever. It's pitch black basically, but different name. But it's called the Mountain Dew LIT. So I'm asking the lady, I was like, I want this lit drink, and she goes, Long Island iced tea. I'm like,
yeah, you're about to get lit.
I sat there and went,
shit. Best tea I ever had.
I was like, I'm sorry, is that what that stands for? It's just, yeah, I want one of those. I love Long Islands, and I was actually searching the menu when we were there too. I was like, man, I wish they had Long Islands, but they don't, because Long Islands typically would have Coke, and
Mountain Dew.
Applebee's is Pepsi, so there's no So anyways, I'm very ecstatic. So like, yeah, I'll take one of those, and she's like, you're a little too excited. Okay, I'll get you one of those. And then my wife got Bahama Mama slushy type thing. So it was really good. She made my drink really quick, like literally boom, done type thing. She made my wife's. It took her a little bit because she got distracted with other customers. But that is literally the extent of our interaction, other than what apps do you want? Wonton tacos? Okay. Waffle nachos? All right, done. That was it. She'd shoot the shit with us every now and then when she came by to grab cups because they were right in front of us. Would that warrant a really big tip? No, but I know somebody in this damn joint's not going to tip. And unfortunately, that's not fair. So that's also my mindset where I will always tip a little bit more.
I have got my ass chewed a few times. I am an asshole when it comes to tipping.
Like in the bad sense or good sense?
You're a bitch or you suck at your job. Sorry, I'm not going to tip you. I don't care if you brought me food or not. I will not straight up not tip you, period. I will give you something, but I'm not going to straight up stiff you.
I'll round up.
I've given. Oh, I'm sorry. I've given $1 before.
No, I'll round up like this. If it's like
The change.
36.27, I'll give him 73 cents.
Now I one time, and this is probably the biggest fight starting off dating. We went to, I think it was Christmas Day. We went to a Mexican restaurant, and we didn't have the kids, nothing like that. So we went
It's
to
already gonna be
Mexican
a great
restaurant
story. It's
Christmas Day,
Christmas Day. Talk about being an
and
asshole.
went to, yeah, I know, right? When we ate, hanging out, and the server, we sat there for, I want to say 10, 15 minutes. Nobody came. Finally got drinks. Finally got food ordered. You know, it was probably an hour before we had food. Okay, so obviously I'm not in a very good mood
Yeah.
because I don't want to sit down and wait an hour to get food. 45 minutes to an hour between that time. Eat the food. Food is good. Okay, I'm not gonna knock the food. Drinks were okay. But the service that we got was not good. And I don't go into what you were saying about the atmosphere, the bartender, any of that stuff.
Well,
I rate it strictly off of the waitress because that's who my interaction is
yeah.
with,
And
and
that's
that's who
and
represents
that's
that
who
whole
and that's normally how it
thing. Like,
works. If I'm
yeah.
at a booth or a table, absolutely. But if I'm at the bar, you're at the bar
Hmm.
for an atmospheric experience. You're not at the bar to get the table experience, to get the booth. Like I'm with you because I'm the same fucking way. Like I don't give a shit. And I'm very, like I said earlier, I am very much about do your fucking job. I get and you get it. If you have a shit day, and there's
Yeah.
an old adage that I don't think's around anymore. But when you come to work, you leave your personal shit at home. You come to work, you do your job, grind it out, go home. It's not meant to be. I mean, there's certain careers it's meant to be fun. Stripping, but it's meant to be a job. And yes, it sucks. It's not amazing. I very compassionate for people in the service industry, whether retail, grocery store, food. I get it. Anytime that's customers facing, it sucks. It's not
Mhm.
fun. But the thing is when you're in such a foul mood and it's rubbing off on your customers, or you are so slacking at your job, call out. Because if you can't afford to call out because you need the money, then you need to grow the fuck up, get a better attitude and better mentality, check yourself at the door to the company that you work for, and reset. Because
No,
there
that's
is
my thing.
nothing worse than a shitty server and then you going,
Mm.
especially if it's your first time. Because, like, I've been at restaurants where it's been like my first time and it's been terrible fucking service. I'm like, I'm not coming back here. Because that one waiter or waitress is a full representation of the company. And if they are shit, then you're just like, I don't want to fucking come back here. You've ruined
Yeah,
it. And that's
and we
it.
had that recently too. There's a obviously we do a lot of taco trucks up here, and there's one taco truck that I have. Our very first one I ever had is the one that I love. I love the place, everything about it. You know, I go to that one hands down every time. There's another one that wife likes, that her whole family likes, so like that. They're friends with the owner, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So like, cool, you know. And she wanted tacos from that one. So I went to that taco truck, went there, and I got treated like shit. They hated the order that I had. I had the cooks rolling their eyes, absolute attitude the entire
Yep.
time. Asked for, you know, a couple extra things, like because they wanted extra onions. And in my head, you know, I say extra onions. Typically, they're cooked onions, but they gave me raw onions. So okay, cool, whatever. You know, I didn't specify, but whatever. I
Yeah.
was kind of treated like shit the entire time, and I like their food. I like their tacos, you know, tortas, all that stuff. It's all good. I'm not gonna knock anything about it. But I told him, I was like, I will not go there and order again. I said, you guys can go there and order. I will eat their food gladly. I will just not be going back to do that because of how I was treated. And I'm not gonna knock anything they're doing. Just I had a horrible experience. I'm done going there and ordering. If I go to order, I will go to a different truck. But if you guys want it from there, I will gladly eat. But I will not be ordering from them. So that's the thing with me is, you know, I have a bad experience, you know, and maybe a couple months down the road, I may go back and try it again. If I get it again, then I won't flat out won't go there or eat there again.
See,
So
that's kind of where like I'm so so iffy on that. Where like, so I when I first moved up here to Manhattan, I want to preface this so much and remind people, I'm from a very fucking small town, and towns being nice, no restaurants. We had a co-op. That's how we got gas. No restaurants, no grocery stores. We had a mailbox or a postal service area that you pick up your mail. That was it. Okay, so I moved up here to Manhattan, and they had a Carlos O'Kelly's that was inside the mall. And my wife and I went on a date. Of course, we're literally just dating at this point. We're not married, not engaged, or anything. But we go. Some of the no, it's probably the worst customer service I have ever experienced was from this one just really bitchy lady. And I don't know what her deal was. She was a college kid. I remember that, but she was just very rude. It was kind of the same experience you were talking about. Like we sat there forever, and it's not like she didn't see us because we sat near the station where they like punch in all the orders. It was just terrible fucking service. And so we place our order after 30 minutes. Takes another 30 minutes. The only reason why we got our food is I flagged down another waitress. I was like, hey, we placed our order like 20, 30 minutes ago. And that waitress flipped out. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I will go get your waitress. We will take care of this. I'm so sorry. And she just kept apologizing. Dude, it's not your fault. You're not my waitress. Like, it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do. And I'm an energy for energy, so I will match you. If you're gonna be a total prick and bitch to me, I will match you, and just know, potentially I will outdo you because, well, I'm a dick, so I'm gonna fucking elevate things beyond where they need to be. But my waitress came back, and I remember her being, you didn't have to grab another waitress, and she kept just being really sassy, eyes rolling, and just so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And my wife's or then girlfriend, now wife, was just very quiet. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. We just wanted our food. We've been waiting for 30 minutes. It's been like 5 minutes. We placed our order at 1:30. It's now 2:05. In case you're not aware, that's 35 minutes to be specific. I don't know if you pass math or anything, but that's how time works. That's 35 minutes. And it's like a very calm demeanor. It's not me being explosive. It's me being very aggressive, but passively, of course. So she places our food down, and she like drops it down, and I was like, "Can we get a refill on our drinks?" No. Let me rephrase that. I want a refill, and so does my girlfriend. So if you can, please get a refill for us. Goes get us refill.
I got the fuck up and left. I'd have been gone.
So
I would have fucking stayed.
So here's the thing. Well, I was starving because this was my wife's lunch shift. Like she was taking break for lunch, technically in between two shifts, and I just got off work, so I was like, I'm starving. We had no food at home. Like this is just best of worst case scenario type thing. But I'll never forget. I was about halfway done with my food, and of course we got chips and queso. I like chips and queso. This woman literally drops our ticket down, starts taking our food. We're not done. We never said we were done. Now, we've been there for about an hour and a half because the dumb bitch didn't fucking do her job. And literally, I lost. I was like, stop fucking taking my food. Go get me your goddamn manager. Why? What's he gonna do? Hopefully fire your dumb ass because you're acting like a cunt right now. Go get me your manager. You don't have to be so rude about it. Fuck off. Manager comes over. I'm telling him everything, and he just goes, go to my office. We're gonna have a talk. I'm so sorry. Get your ass out of here. I told you go to my office. And like he's yelling at her and everything, and she is just pissing and moaning, and she's so mad. And like still we don't go to Carlos O'Kelly's because that left such a bad taste. But at the same time, I tipped the manager and I tipped the waitress that got us our food. Because again, I'm also sticking it to her, like, fuck you. She did not receive a single tip from us. We paid cash.
Oh yeah,
I went out of I went out of my way and was like, ma'am, so sorry. I know you're with the table right now, but thank you so much, and gave her like $3 or $4. Same with the manager. I was like, I don't want her to get any of this. Do not share it with her. But that manager ended up comping like half the meal. We ended up walking away with leftovers of freshly made queso and chips, which was win for me because I ate queso the rest of the day while my wife was at work. I got my enchiladas back, got free refills. Like, he did everything that was within his capabilities, and he apologized. He's like, "Hey, just come back anytime. We'll get you a free meal." And I was honest with him. I was like, "I ain't coming back. While that fucking witch of a woman works here, I'm not coming back, because that is
Oh yeah.
some of the foulest service I've ever seen in my life." And I've served in the military. I've worked retail with Walmart. I've never been treated this way, even by my MTIs or MTIs or MTLs. Never. The most heinous thing my MTI ever says, "I slept with your girlfriend," and this bitch over here is being fucking disgusting. And he apologized, and of course this is before I'm even big on social media, and even social media was big for blasting companies. He was very forgiving and everything. He's a good guy. I ran into him when I switched over to AT&T. Good guy, still a good guy to this day, but service like that, that was 2013, 2012, 2013, so 10 years.
Yeah.
I still have not been, just because that one lady was such a bad representation that in my head, I went, "You're hiring more people like this, and you're allowing this to happen."
Yeah.
And it's going unchecked. So I'm no longer in a position in my life to behave in that civilized manner. Where right now it's more of a, you need to go fucking check yourself. I am not one of your friends.
Yeah.
I am a paying patron, and you will treat me as such.
Yeah. We have there's a Mexican restaurant that we go to that I really like, and we've been there a lot. And there's been a few times to where everybody else will get their food, but I have not gotten mine yet. And it's happened 2 to 3 times, and I'm the only one it's happened to.
Yeah.
I've never gotten their food. Now it's not that I never got it; it was extremely late getting to the table, and it's not a difficult meal. It's honestly one of the easiest ones they have. A burrito bowl. I love burrito bowls. I'll eat them fucking anywhere I go, and literally, it's just obviously a burrito with no fucking tortilla in a bowl. Not hard.
In case of me confusing you people.
Not hard. But there's been times to where I haven't gotten it, or I've been the last one to get it. If I get my food last, I don't really care.
Yeah.
If I don't get my food or I get it late, I don't care. I eat fast anyways. That's a military thing. It's always been a thing. I always eat fast. So to be honest, if I get it late, cool. That means that everybody else will be done sometime after I am, because I'll still finish for them. But some people are like, "Oh my god, what are you gonna do?" I'm like I don't know. Like, I'll get it. Like, I don't make a big deal because I really like this place that we go to, and so it happens, and I kind of like shrug it off. And it's one of the only places I'm like okay with it. But if it was kind of a common thing, obviously I get pissed off.
Yeah.
But this is the atmosphere of it, the enjoyment that we have of going there, and the way that the waitresses and waiters and everything else kind of interact with us at the same time, but also they forget about my food when we're talking to them at the same time. So shit happens. I get it. It's happened a couple times. And even when we sit there, we've talked to the same waiter we've had in the past. I'm like, "Hey, forget my food." And he just kind of looks at me and laughs like, "Yeah, you know what I'm talking about." And he's make sure he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I got you. So I'm like, okay. But I mean, shit like that, if you're in the right atmosphere and it's a fun environment, mistakes happen, and it's odd that the same mistake happens to you a couple times after being over there. And it's not like every time I've been there.
Yeah.
It's over, a few times, but it does happen to me a lot, and I don't understand why. But
They know you.
It could be. Fuck, who knows? But it doesn't upset me as much because if I don't eat, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. I don't have to spend that money. Don't bother me. I can grab something on the way home.
Yeah.
As long as my family eats, I'm fine.
Yeah,
like if you forget my meal,
dad thing.
I don't care. It's like feed them, and if you forget my meal, cool, whatever. Take it off because I'm not obviously paying for it. I'm not gonna take it home with me either. Take it off. As long as they eat, we're cool. It is what it is.
Now I will say there's a flip side, because it's of course talk about some like terrible moments, of course, right now. But I will say there's a flip side to all this stuff. 90% of the time, I will say 90, 15% or more, easily. I will say 90 because I used to have So an idea several years ago. I mean, several years ago, when I was still over in Germany, there was a before trends was a thing. There was this quote way to get better service, which was to basically tell your waitress or waiter, "I'm going to tip you X percentage or X amount of money. If you do great service, I will add money to it." And like you have a visual representation, so a $20 bill.
Oh,
They do,
you're
yeah.
showing it.
So they can
Yeah.
see it. So that, and apparently that did not take off. It's a very
No,
dickish thing to do. However,
it
I will
is.
tell
Yeah.
you, I did it a long time ago, and I remember I say it was like $10, whatever, because it was just myself eating. I was like, I will tip you $10, and that was it. I didn't say anything else. I didn't let them know what was going on. I just placed a 10 literally in the center of the table, and they asked like, "Oh, that's just your tip." I don't want to forget about it. Like, okay, and then I would gradually add money or take money away. And the service got better. I will tell you that. I went from not having my refills every time I finished my water to before I finished my water, I had a new refill. It worked, but it's not nice because it's a faux experience. But
Yeah.
it's not nice. Don't do it.
No,
However,
it's a dick thing to do.
I was such a
Like,
dick.
oh,
I
I'm
was
gonna
also
pay for I'm
I
gonna
was
pay
also
for the
like
better
19, 20
service.
years old, so
Oh yeah.
I was in the major dick phase at that point.
Mm.
But with that, like the flip side of everything is I like my wife and I, mostly me, I would say, is I am very generous if you are very good with my kids, like they get a good experience and you don't ignore them, you don't talk down to them, like you're nice, you interact with the kids when they're talking to you or they're there. Because my
Yeah.
kids are fucking, even though they're big assholes here in the house, they're very well behaved out in public. They're very nice. We get comments all the time of your kids are so well behaved, they're so nice, they're so lovely. That's a fucking lie. They're not like this.
They can
Thank
fake
you.
it.
Um, but when we go eat out, and because we're eating out, like actually eating out at a restaurant a lot more these last 6 months because my daughter has figured it out. My son is starting to figure it out because he's of age. So it's a good experience. But there's been many times where we went and ate out at like Applebee's, Chili's, or not Chili's, sorry, Carlos, Kelly's, whatever we're eating. And it's something as simple as my kid saying hi to the waiter or waitress. And if they don't acknowledge my kids, I'm just like, oh, okay, now you're kind of like pissing me off. It takes nothing out of your time to just say, oh, hi. Like nothing. Nothing.
Hmm.
But the same people who will come over and be like, oh, hi, how are you doing? And they just jabber jock with my kids. I'm like, okay, good on you. Thank you for at least treating them like a person. Majority of the time at that point, their tip just like tripled because I'm like, nice. Because you're giving an enjoyable experience for my kids and you're giving an enjoyable experience for my wife and I. Perfect. It works out for everybody. That's amazing. And I get not everybody wants to talk with kids. I understand because I don't fucking like kids. I are not lying. Especially
I
if they're not well
appreciate it
behaved.
more when they come and they ask, and you have kids with you. They hint around or try to make it non-discreet when asking about dessert.
Oh yeah.
When like, hey, do you want anything? Kind of like after
You
this
want anything
type thing.
extra? Are we
Yeah,
good? You want the bill?
like there's stuff here that you can have after, but I'm
Yeah.
like no, good, fuck, go away. I don't want it.
Yeah. There I mean like
I hate dessert. I can't fucking stand dessert at restaurants. It drives me nuts.
it depends, but there's only like one or two places I will get dessert from.
I fucking
But
hate dessert at restaurants.
it's far and few in between. Um and I'm throwing restaurants in like Freddy's for the ice cream. Um but anyway, there's definitely been times where like um my kids have talked back and forth to them and then the waiter or waitress will be like, "Oh, so you just want the check or do we need, you know, anything else? Anything special?" I was like, "No, we're good." And then there's other been times where the wait staff has literally go, "So do we want any dessert like cakes, cookies, ice cream, pie?" Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Yeah, like
Shut
that's
up.
when my kids' eyes get bigger and shit. They got a half plate of food left. Like, oh, I'm done eating.
So
Let's bring on the cookies and shit. Like, no.
my daughter wanted to do daddy daughter date night, but also do like
Yeah.
a date night of sorts with her mom, and
Mhm.
it's just basically the two of us. And I told her, I was like, you can pick any restaurant you want here in the city. She's heavily influenced by my wife, so she went Olive Garden. I was like, that's fine, whatever. We'll
Yeah.
go to Olive Garden. I went all out on this child because she was loving it. She was having a good experience, but she wanted apps to be shared. So I was like, okay, here's the deal with apps. Okay, it has to be an app that Dad's going to eat all of, or we can take home and it'll be good the next day. Because again,
Yeah.
from a previous episode, I don't do leftovers.
Oh, yeah, we covered all that shit.
But so I was like, it has to be this. And she's like, okay. So she wanted like the fried cheese sticks, but they're squares. Perfect. You got me at my cholesterol level. Let's go. She wanted the white spaghetti, aka fettuccine alfredo with chicken. And that waitress, she was very well. Like she worked amazing. She was always on top of everything. She paid more attention to the kid than me. It was a great experience. Made my life a lot easier that night too. But she came over and she's like, so are we gonna get anything sweet? And my daughter's like what? What do you have? She doesn't know what the fuck this woman's talking about, but she heard the word sweet.
Yeah.
And I was like, we'll see. We'll look at your dessert menu. Thanks. And you could tell like I was kind of annoyed. But at the same time, I was like, whatever. I had full expectations to come in and just drop cash like nobody's business for this.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what do you want? You want some gelato? You want some like brownie inside? But like, I'm trying to go for like the ice cream section that I know she'll eat. No, she wanted beignets.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, do you know what beignet is? And she goes, no. I think, okay, so it's dough, it's fried dough with chocolate sauce that you can dip in or caramel sauce. And she goes, oh, and what's the white stuff? That's powdered sugar. I want that. Look, I will make this for you at home. Okay, I can make beignets at home. I promise you, I can make beignets at home. And she's, oh, okay. And she's like pouting. And she's like, well, I guess I'll take this gelato or whatever. And the waitress goes, oh, is everything okay? No, I wanted the Bendix. I was like, oh my God. And the waitress just like eyes got wide. She froze. She was like, what?
I'm sorry, what?
She wants the beignets. She was the beignets. And she's, oh, okay. Yeah, we can get you that. And she's okay. And she's still like pouting. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm still convinced to this day she knew what she was doing. So she brings them out.
The system.
She brings them out. There's like 8 or 9 of these on the plate. I eat a couple of them. I don't want them. I don't like them. If I want fried dough, I will literally go make fried dough at home. But she wanted them. She ate like 2 or 3 of them, so it was fine. And I ate 1 or 2, and we took them home. And of course, my wife eats them. We got my wife some food too. But such a great experience. And that waitress, I think, got tipped like, I think he tipped her like $30 on that. It was like an $80 tip, by the way. So close to 50%. But I was like, fuck Christ. And it was purely because she gave such a awesome experience to my daughter that even to this day, my daughter will still be like, can we go back to Olive Garden? No, we can't.
No, because you're expensive. That's why. No.
I tell her, I was like, you're expensive. That when you start dating, that can be your boyfriend or girlfriend's problem. That ain't gonna be daddy's problem anymore. Okay. If you want to go out to eat, we can go like Freddy's. I'll go to McDonald's. We'll go to a play place. You can play in the play place. Like I will list anything off but Olive Garden. And to the point now, she's like, I want Texas Roadhouse. Lower
I will make
your
you a way
quality.
better steak.
Oh, she doesn't
I
want the
will
steak. She doesn't want the steak. She wants the chicken tenders. No, she wants the cheeseburger. In which case, I could still make the bag cheap. But whatever. It's all about the experience. I was like, that's fine. It's fine. Like
Yeah, I mean, my daughter and I had the same thing, and she watches Young Sheldon a lot. She enjoys the show. So if you watch the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about because they have a daddy-daughter date in the show, and it was at Red Lobster. So we have our daddy. Where she want to go? She wants to go to Red Lobster.
We don't have
So
one here, thank God.
she goes and she's in. She's in a full dress, everything. I had to do her hair. Her mom was out of town time, so it was just her and I.
So
I
is
did
it
her
ponytail?
hair the best that I could. Yeah, it was ponytail. That's about the extent of my hair doing abilities.
I ain't blaming you.
Um,
I
so
watch
I did
tutorials.
it.
I still can't do them.
I had fuck no. My fingers don't bend in the manner of
No,
anything else. So I'm not the type to have the vacuum style and then tie it up. No, I
it doesn't
fucking
work very well.
brush it with it.
Tried that.
But she goes and she's in her dress and everything else, and she goes. I was like, what do you want? She's like, well, I want a lobster. Obviously, we're going to Red Lobster. Dad, I want to fuck. Okay, cool. You know what? That's fine because I'm splitting it with you. I'm not fucking getting anything else. So I let her. I said, you go up and you pick whichever one you want. And I've got pictures of her. She's up there at the glass, fucking nose deep in the glass, looking at it. And I'm like, well, pick one. And so she picks the lobster she wants, and then we sit down and doing. Obviously, we do appetizers, everything else. We're hanging out. Lobster comes out,
the way it's supposed to.
and the lobster comes down. She's never had lobster at this point. They put it down in front of us, and it's looking at. She looks at me, and it's highly because of the way that Missy reacts and young Sheldon as well. They set it down. She looks at me. She says, "Dad, this thing's freaking me out," which is exactly what she says in the show as well. I'm like, okay, so we're just gonna quote this show the entire night. That's all we're doing. That's all you want. So she does really well. She loves seafood. So we're cracking it open, ripping it apart, and everything else. She's eating it. She's loving it. And obviously, we eat everything there because we just split it. That's all we did. We just split the entire thing. I'm like, I'm not going to get full in this meal, but the whole thing is just spending time with her, letting her do what she wants, getting her experience of that. And the waitress was, it's hit or miss. I don't even remember how it was. It was good or bad or whatever, but she really had a lot of fun doing it, and she enjoyed it, and she quoted the damn show to a T almost. And it made me wonder of how often she had watched the damn episode before we even went out. But again, she asked me, she's like, hey, can we go out again? I was like, of course. She asked me not so long ago, so can we go out again? But she wants to go seafood again. I said, you want Red Lobster? She said, no, she wants something else. There's a place up here called the Laughing Crab, which is a restaurant of boils. And they're like bag boils, a little more expensive than Red Lobster. And obviously the food's better too, but that's where she wants to go. It's always seafood of some kind. But yeah, that's where our extent of our daddy daughter dates are, outside of us like going to the daddy daughter dances that they have up here too. And she tries to make that a whole experience as well. So yes, this little girl
I've yet to run into that here, thankfully.
It's she enjoys them. They're fun. If they're in the right location, they're fun.
I mean, when my daughter and I went, she definitely went in her Elsa dress, white dress from Frozen. Yeah, had a little cape and everything to it. So she went all out, and I'm like, that's fine. It was an experience. I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. She enjoyed it. To this day, she's still like, can we go back? It's a fight. It's a fight because I'm like, yeah, choose wherever you want. Olive Garden. No. Let me rephrase that. Let's go somewhere we haven't ate before. That one place by Hy-Vee? What? The one with the cow on it. What the fucking cow on it? I'm trying to think. I was like, okay, no, there's Imperium Garden, that's Chinese. No. There's McAllister's, that's a deli. Fucking Firehouse Up. Oh, Longhorns. No. No. We're not, no. Fuck no. And again, I can cook a way better steak. I can cook a way better burger. And that's really what you go there for.
Yeah.
But so I'm just, I get it. But those type of moments, when I'm with my family or just one of my kids or both my kids, I have no problem. As long as they leave happy, satisfied, and with a good experience, I will gladly tip more.
Yeah.
Now, back to the delivery side of the house, is I won't say $5 because kind of the running rule of thumb for DoorDashers, Grubhub, UberEats, that type of stuff, people who deliver the food, the drivers, kind of running unspoken rule is $1 per mile, meaning if you are 5 miles away from the place of order, 5 miles equals $5. And
Mhm.
it's a good like general rule of thumb.
And that
Now,
makes sense.
and like here in Manhattan, it's not always an exact mile or anything, and I don't care about that. Now I will say, since I've been doing this per hour thing where I get tips plus wherever the fraction of 13.50 is, made a lot of money really quick. It works out better that way. So where you can go to the place, wait for your food, get the food, and drive, versus okay, you're not tipping because you also cannot see your tips on the per hour rate either. So you're going in blind. So you just have to kind of base off of okay, this is 10 miles away. Hopefully, I'm getting at least a few dollars tip. No. I had an order where it was 12 and a half miles, and it was a double order, meaning I had two different orders. Regardless of the location, I have two orders, and they're within the same range of each other. One person's like 10 miles outside of the city, and the other is 12. So they're just down the road from each other, so to speak. And can't see the tip, but based off the location and where it's at, geographically speaking, outside the town, I know from experience, like, oh, they don't tip very well. Like this area, I avoid it because it's a bitch to get to with all the construction right now, and they
Mhm.
tend not to tip. So I was like, fuck it, whatever, I'll take it. Go out there, and sure as shit, I was right. I made $25 off of that, six of which was fees from DoorDash, and the other 19 was from one person. She tipped so
Jeez.
well, and she was like, "I'm so sorry. I just got home. Like I had to hand the food to her, and I don't. I let me drop the food off. I get not dropping food off with how many people are saying people steal their food. I get it.
Mhm.
Don't make small talk with me because I'm very awkward in that situation. If I don't know you, I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
So she's like, I'm so sorry. I literally just got home. I was trying to beat you here. I was just starting the shower. I was like, okay, thumbs up.
Hmm.
Like I don't know how to respond to you properly, so I'm so sorry. I'm just sitting here. I'm sorry to have like not an anxiety attack, but no, so I get the whole like handing me food. I'm telling you, I had a moment where I was like, I don't know what to do, and when I get anxious, my hands start moving in like just stressful patterns where I'm like I'm rubbing it together or I'm clenching fists. Like I don't know what to do. She's explaining everything. She's divulging way too much information.
Hmm.
So you ready to take a shot? Okay. I need
I just brought you food. Like it's
I just need to go. But I just remember going, oh, okay, well, here you go. Here's your order. I hope have a good day. And just like left. She's like, okay, thank you so much. This is amazing. I'm like, yeah, thank you for the tip. Anytime. Bye. Bye. You have a safe drive. Stop talking to me. Because at this point, I don't know how to respond anymore. And it's getting very awkward. I don't know you. You're weird.
you're
You have a
you're too
shower
nice to make this
going.
too personal.
It's getting too weird. Had this been like retail
No one
space,
want
I
to
would.
shower with you and eat your food.
Had this been like retail space, it'd be a whole different thing. But I literally drive 2 miles down the road, and it's a nice neighborhood, and that's the thing. They are statistically for me, anyways. Don't ever tip, and these houses are 400, 500, $600,000 houses.
Mm.
I'm not saying I'm judging people, but if you live in a fancy fucking house and you order delivery, I do expect a tip. I don't care what it is, something. You're gonna be bougie, you must act with proper bouginess for everyone else. But the way she did it, polar opposites. And this how also I knew she didn't tip was because again she says, "Hand me my order." So I go up the steps, park, go up the steps. Really nice house. Nice big garden in the front. Nice, just really fucking nice house. I get ready to knock on the door. She meets me at the door, and she's like, "Oh, my food's here. Okay, bye." And just takes it and runs inside. I went, "This bitch didn't fucking tip me." Go back to the car, say I hand it to the customer, look down, and it says, like, it breaks it down per order. So it says, this order, you got paid $3 for base rate.
Yeah.
This order, you got paid $3. And it says, this order tipped you. And I see 19. I went, damn. Had I known that, it would have been a little less socially awkward. Not by much, just a little bit.
Maybe that's what got you the extra tip, though, was being that awkward.
I
It's
don't
like,
know.
oh,
Well,
this poor guy.
well,
He must have
if
learned
you
how to drive too. I'm gonna give him a little bit extra. Hope he has a good day.
if you do tip
Wishing his
extra,
window's clean.
like after the delivery is made, they do get
Oh, yeah.
notified that, oh, customer tipped you X amount extra, but then it says customer to $0. Bitch, I had to wait in line for both these orders too, and the second order that didn't tip is from Cadobo, by the way. Lady that tipped $19, one bowl, a drink, and some chips. So her tip was bigger than her fucking meal.
Yeah.
Good, fucking amazing. Second person was 2 bags of food, 10 bowls. To the
10
point,
bowls?
10 bowls. To the point, like, I picked them up because the guy, he hands them to me, he places them on the counter. I went to go pick them up. And again, everything that should be internalized in my head does not stay in my head often.
Oh,
So,
really?
I know, really. Shocker. So I picked them up and I went, damn. And the guy that handed it
That's
to
a
me,
huge bitch.
the guy that handed it to me is like a young college kid. And he goes, yeah, that shit's fucking heavy, yo. Just fucking be aware. I went, do you have another bag I could put this in? Because I don't want this fucking shit to rip on me. And he goes,
Back my
he's
car
like,
up.
yeah, I'll go get you another bag. So he double bags each of them. I was like, oh, fuck it. All right, let's go do this. And he literally goes, I hope she tipped. I go, I hope she does too. And I'm telling you, I was half tempted to drive back to Cordova and be like, she didn't tip. Just to be fucking like mean. But
You see her name again, fuck her order up.
that's the thing. The people who live so far away, again, 10 miles is not a long distance, but driving wise with construction and traffic,
When you're delivering food, it is.
So I keep a very good mental record of names and addresses specifically. Like if you tip any quantity, I'm like, whatever, fuck it. But if you don't tip and you live far away or you're just a shitty fucking customer, like cuss me out because I deliver your food too early.
Yeah.
Mental note, I'm like, this person, this address. Nope. And I will full on like, I don't want to take the order. Well, I'm not risking it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not. And I've had.
Let's stay.
Yeah, I mean,
Do they not have, Uber has like ratings, you get your stars or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know if
get
they still
ratings.
have it or not. But like the driver does, but the people that order, do they get rated as well?
nope.
No, because on Uber, obviously the driver gets stars, but the rider gets stars as well. You get rated as a rider as well, but you do not. They don't do that on Uber like for
On
DoorDash,
UberEats or
Uber
DoorDash
Eats
or
and stuff like
Grab
that. They don't do any of that. So that's where it's fucked up too. It's like if you're a shitty tipper or
and they've
bad
done
attitude, but
and they've done surveys. I've even been reached out by DoorDash specifically before, and they're like, what ways do you think we could help? And I'm always like, your interface needs work. You need to restructure this code that you have right here. Like I get really nerdy input, but at the same time, I'm like, you also need to allow a rating system or a blacklist system or something in order to like report, respond, annotate somebody's account, because it's a growing movement of, I'm not going to tip you because I'm paying for the convenience. Well, the part of paying for the convenience is you're not going out to go get it. It's not your gas. It's not your wear and tear on your vehicle. It's not your wear and tear on the cars. It's not your ass going out inside the rain, the cold, the sleet, the snow, the incredibly hot summer. It's none of that. You are staying in the comfort of your home. So yes, you tip more as a thank you for going to do this. And I get the whole tip culture of not wanting to tip until after. But the problem is, even if they made it so you can only tip after, statistically speaking, it's not going to happen. If people are not asked to tip right away, they're not going to tip upon receiving the order.
no, because at that point you're done. The transaction is done at that point. Like, I know that because that's how Uber is as well. Like you can do your tip is after the ride is done. Like I will forget about it. There's a couple of times like I have tipped, and it's only because I have literally forgot what I was doing. I got out of the car, went and did what I was doing because I was going to an event or something like that. It's been an hour, 2 hours later, and I get the alerts like, oh, tip your driver. I'm like, oh fuck, like
Yeah.
I didn't mean to not do this. Like I just got busy what I was doing, so I tipped him a little extra because it was a 2 hour delay of me tipping him.
Yeah.
So I did tip him like, another $5 or $10 for driving. And it's not that, I was being an asshole. I just like I was going to where I was going and the transaction was done in my head at that point. Because I don't use Uber that often.
And that's literally the premise of most of these delivery apps is we state it early on or in the completion of your order, say how much you want to tip, because you're not likely to tip afterwards if you're prompted to, because most people don't have the alerts turned on their phone. They will have it silenced or they will have no notifications whatsoever. So
or not even by their phone, period.
Yeah. That's a whole fucking other issue. And I pointed it out too, where it's like, I've talked to people within DoorDash. It's like, this needs to be something. It doesn't have to be a rating system like 1 to 5. It doesn't need to be that. It could be something as simple as like I did an order this weekend where I went to the trailer park and somebody had their 3 big ass dogs out on chains, and those chains can reach to the end of the road where I was parked and up on their porch. And I texted them, I was like, I'm not coming up on your porch. Those dogs, and I don't have a fear of dogs. I love dogs. I will be the dumbass that's like, oh, I'm gonna go pet this dog. No. Yeah. When your dog is baring its teeth and snarling, I'm not stupid. I'm like, that's not a friendly dog. I've texted them, I was like, you need to come get your food, or you need to call your dogs inside. I'm not stepping foot on your property. And I've, reported that to DoorDash because they're like, do you think this was a safe travel? That's the closest you get to reporting on customers. How was the area? Was it safe? Was it unsafe? And you can like say why it was unsafe. It's like hostile pets or hostile animals. And I said it was not safe at all. There was no lighting because it's a trailer park. There's no lighting whatsoever. And there was aggressive animals there. That was it. There's no annotation or whatever. And I literally just filled out the survey for DoorDash saying you need to be able to annotate this place. You need to annotate this account so where another dasher can see it. At the bare minimum, it doesn't need to be something that gets shared or anything. It could be shared just between dashers and
internal.
Yeah, and just make it so where it's like, oh, okay, well, I need to be aware if I go to this location, they tend to have dogs. So if somebody has a fear of dogs or does not trust them, then that person can go, okay, this is not worth a tip. Because it's a fear rather than taking the order, going there and be like, I can't do this at all. Like, fuck it. But at the same time, communication was my big thing of, I should be able to annotate somebody's account and say, this person is shit at communicating. If you're ordering anything, by the way, why the fuck are you not by your phone? Maybe it's just me, but I track my shit where I'm like, where are you at?
I do, honestly, exactly. I'm like, okay, so he's here. He should be on the street. I don't see him yet. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Okay,
I'll sit in my office and be like,
I'm the same way.
That's him. He's right here. All right, well, I'll stop peeking on him. And I'll just wait.
It's, and I'm also fat and I want to make sure my food's on its way. So it's like, okay, yes, food's here. Yes. But then also on the flip side is if I have something being delivered, I will make sure that if it's at nighttime, my porch light's turned on.
Oh, yes.
So there's no fucking headache. Granted, my house number is not by the porch; it's on the garage, and you can't really see it from the porch light. But I put it as a courtesy for you walking up. It's like, hey, it's an inviting atmosphere more. I make sure that none of my kids' stuff's in the way. You have nothing to trip over. So if like I have a bike or whatever, I'm like, okay, let me get this shit out of the way.
I make sure about that with my foot, right? Being impelled by a metal rod.
No, I don't think you did.
It was last year. It was summertime, but somebody didn't have their fucking porch light on. And yes, should I have been wearing flip flops? No, but it was fucking 100 degrees outside. I'm not wearing shoes. I'm wearing flip flops. But anyways, I'm walking up to somebody's porch, and they just had a stack of rods I could not see because they have shrubbery, and then they just have what I would later find out is rods, just metal rods. And I went to go place the food down, and I stepped up on there, and I took another step. Don't know my exact motion. All I know is the rod came in, and it just went boop right into my foot, and now I have like a scar about that long, about that wide, from the base of my big toe down to like the arch of my foot. And it was bleeding so bad. to the point like,
Oh fuck, I bet.
and we're like, did I go to the doctor's? No, I don't want to fucking pay the $500 medical bill. But we definitely put gauze on it. We wrapped it up. I did some redneck bullshit with it. But that's the thing, like, no porch light. I couldn't tell if that was even their house. I'm just walking and it's just littered with shit I would later find out. And the only thing DoorDash said was, oh my God, we're so sorry. If you go to the hospital, let us know. We will pay for your medical bills. So, could I have went? Yes. Should I? Yes.
Did I? No.
I'm a male. So no.
But also, when it comes to DoorDash and delivery, I will not meet you at the door. I know it's you drop at the door. That's it. I mean, right there at the window, like
I have a 9-pane window, like 9 little square windows. I'll just be like,
no, I got
see in there.
Like I'll see him out the window. Like, okay, I know it's here, and well, we have like the window pane, like the vertical window pane next to the door. So like I can't stand there, but I'll be like, okay, I see like a hand, okay, food's down. Then I know he turns around, so I'll watch him walk back to the car. They don't fucking sit in the damn car and they'll be on their phone, finishing up everything. I'm like, or the next order, I'm like, fucking, I'm hungry. Get on my damn driveway. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to awkwardly wave at you. I'm like, hey, thanks, buddy. Good job. Thank you.
I'm the same way, but I know what they're doing because they have like it's so if DoorDash
the picture, the upload, all that shit.
So they have to take the picture, but the thing is so goddamn slow. So like I will take the picture and then me personally, I will get in my car and I'll back up and I'll go like 2 houses down and I'll upload it. But I know what they're doing is they took the picture, they hit confirm, they hit yes, I delivered it, yes, and they're just waiting for the app to load, and they just sit there because they're not supposed to text and drive, so they're just like, oh.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But I'm the same way with it. Get the fuck out of my driveway.
I'm just anxious because I'm like, yeah, I want my food. But then also, that's a dad thing. Somebody's in my driveway. Granted, I know what you're doing, but like, get out of my driveway. Just get out of my driveway. Okay, you're looking around. You're not on your phone. You're looking left and right.
I probably a little bit worse. I don't like people parking in my driveway, of course, but also on my side of the street, like in front of my house, because we have 2 cars. One parks on the curb. One parks in the driveway.
Yeah.
So I'm very anal about that spot. And I'll be like, you need to move your car. Well, no one's parked. I don't give a fuck. No one's parked here. Do you pay the fucking rent? Do you take care of the yard? Are you responsible for anybody that gets hurt on this property? No. Get the fuck out of my goddamn spot. And like, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, damn, you stupid butt. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll be the cranky old man. I'm fine with that because I also want to make sure if my wife comes home, she can park the car there. Or if I need to park the car, like whatever. I want the spot open. It's fine. Yeah, during the daytime, cool. Your ass better be fucking gone by the time my wife is off work.
Yeah, we had Saturday night. There's teenagers in the area, so I think they had a party or whatever. Cool, whatever. I don't give a shit. Don't touch my car. That's because I happen to have my car parked in the street right now. Don't touch my car. Don't fucking run into my car, and don't be loud in front of my house. You can be loud down the fucking street. I don't care. Don't be loud in front of my house. Granted, there's nobody here, so I don't really care anyways. But I had some motherfucker pulled in my driveway, turn the lights off, open their car door, and I'm in that pane window like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't know. That's not a parking spot. That's my driveway. And I sat there and I stared at them. They got back in their car, closed the door, backed out, and fucking left. Either they were at the wrong fucking house, had no idea where the party was, or they completely fucked up what they were trying to do. One of those 3. But they fucking burnt out and was gone.
I've never done it, but I definitely have had delivery services wrongfully deliver food, and they'll come and they'll knock on the door, and they're like looking for the address, and they look at their phone, look at the address. And I was like, okay, so knock on the door. And it's always some wonky ass name. And I was like, no, they don't live here. Well, it says I need to deliver this pizza or whatever. Well, you can deliver it, I'll eat it, but they don't live here.
Give me.
And depending upon how late or who they are, most of the time they're just like, I can't do that. It says I have to deliver it to this person. Cool, that's the proper thing to do. I'm not gonna bash you for it. Now, there's been a time where it's like 11:30 at night, kids are asleep, my wife and I are watching a movie, finishing up, and we've had somebody just come in, like, pound on our screen door. I'm like, what the fuck was that? So here's my
The
ass, and
fuck
like,
is your problem?
here's my ass in like one full ass grumpy ass dad mode, but also me going, something's not right. So I'm in paranoia
Yeah.
state. So I'm going up, and I was like, just stay in here. Kids all woke up screaming because this asshole dog's barking, and I'm in like full. I'm gonna protect this house, and a guy's just out there. Porch light's not on, by the way. It's like there's no reason for you to be at my house at 11:30 at night. But he opens up and he's like, yeah, I got a delivery for Kyle. Bro, not even close.
We've
Like, you want
covered
the
Kyle's an asshole already.
He's like, you want the pizza? Well, no, the guy that used to live here before us, there was 4 of them. One of them was legitimately named Kyle. So that's not just a name I'm pulling. Like, that's a legit person who used to live here. But he's like, I got an order for Kyle, and I was like, he doesn't live here, man. He's like, you want 2 pizzas? And it was Papa John's. Like, yeah, sure. Brought the 2 pizzas in, and of course, I was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, apparently Kyle ordered food and forgot to change his address, so we got pizza. And then here's my picky ass going, I don't like olives, I don't like mushrooms.
God, this guy's a piece of shit. Thanks for the pizza, though, Kyle.
Who the fuck puts so much veggies on?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Like,
Order a fucking garden on your pizza. What an asshole.
like,
Thanks for the free pizza.
So I get it, but I'm also, again, I'm very protective, and we don't have teenagers. We have preteens, and I think the youngest one that's across the street from me is maybe 3 years old, maybe 2. He's like super fucking young. But there's a gang, for lack of better words. There's a gaggle of these fucking kids, ranging from like 4 kids to 8 or 9 kids. I think at one point there was a dozen of them. But they just run up and down the street. Again, no problem, whatever. I used to do that. The problem lies in with how my street is it's, and I'm gonna say a hill. It's fucking Kansas or flat, but it has an obstruction of use. So there's cars parked on both sides, and it's a downhill slope, uphill slope type thing. So when you come around the corner, you can't see because there's a bunch of shrubbery and trees blocking your sight of what's around the corner until you turn. And then there's cars parked on both sides, and then you go downhill and you can't see up the other hill until you get on top. And there's just these kids running, tossing balls, playing on their scooters, being menaces throughout this entire thing. But at the same time, they will stare at you as you're driving by, and they just watch you. In the middle of the road too. Like, people will scoot over and try to like zigzag in between parked cars because these kids won't move out of the middle of the road. My ass, on the other hand, like, I try to pull into my driveway and they run up my driveway. So I honk my horn and like wave at them to get out of my driveway as I'm pulling into my driveway, and they just run further up my driveway. Roll my window down, and I'm like, get the fuck out of my goddamn driveway. Oh, my bad. There's a fucking moving car. Who is raising you that you're like, oh, I'm going to say moving car. I'm going to go to the house. That's not mine. But on top of that, I have paver bricks, I think is what they're called. But
I picture some Zamboni scene of dead. No! Stop!
Pretty much.
Stop! I'm literally not doing it. Just get out of the way. Stop!
Pretty much. But I have giant paver bricks that they're like 4 high. It's just a barrier from the like 6.5 to 8 foot walkway that doesn't connect to anything. It's just in front of our house. But in between the curb and then these paver wall, very loose bricks. They're not like cemented down. They're just, you can pick them up and move around. Wife parks on the curb with the older car because if the older car gets hit, yay, insurance kicks in. Don't care. But these kids, these same gaggle fucks of kids, will come and they will run on my bricks. These bricks are loose. Like, I had busted my ass mowing, just trying to like step on one to pivot, and I busted my ass because they just fucking fall. They're so easy. So these kids are running on them, and I've told them numerous times, like, you need to stay off of that. You also need to stay off my property, okay? And the oldest one's maybe
get off my lawn.
Well, it's not a safe, like, there's a lot of just holes and everything. And again, I twist my ankle just mowing. I hurt myself, and again, I'm 32 years old. I'm like, these fucking kids are gonna hurt themselves. I don't want to be liable for it, even though technically speaking, I'm not liable. Property management would be, but the point. So I tell them, like, you need to, like, don't play on my property, okay, please, because if you hurt yourself, I don't want to be responsible for it. And most of the time, they just stare at me. Why? What? Get off my fucking yard! Like, go away. You're also pissing my dog off. My dog's barking because somebody's in her territory, and they'll run up to our porch and they'll try to ding dong ditch. I don't have a doorbell, so they'll knock on my door, and I'll just open the door, and my pit bull's right there barking. And most of the time, I can see them from my office, so I'll crack the door open just enough that the dog can, like, stick her head in there. So all you see is this big blockhead come around, and she's just baring teeth barking. She's protecting the house. She's meant to do that. Fuck off, everyone. She's doing her job. There's always someone that's like, he shouldn't be barking at kids. He shouldn't be on my fucking property.
It's true.
But the other day, my wife was getting out of the car, and they're playing tag or whatever, and they asked my wife, can we use your car as a base? She goes, no, don't touch my car. Well, we normally do. She goes, don't touch my car. If my car has any dents or scratches or anything on it, I'm going to contact your mom, and your mom will have to pay for it. Fine. We won't use it. And they literally use everybody's cars on the street. To one point, we have electric scooters that you can pay for. Literally ram that into somebody's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got my lawn. But
it's lost your house, old man. Get off my lawn.
Pretty much.
Fuck out of here.
But like they're just ratchet kids that don't have any training or life lessons taught to them at all. And like I say that in the most nice way I can.
I get it.
The 2-year-old is the one that scares me because no, not like in that. Oh my god,
that's the ringleader. That's the ringleader.
No, it's the 11-year-old. The 2-year-old though will be like on a skateboard, and he is literally just sitting in the middle of the road, not moving. He's just staying in the middle of the road, and no one else can be around him. And I'm literally watching through my window. I was like, I don't know whether or not to call the cops, CPS, or go rescue. Like, I don't know what's going on here. And this, like, from a parental standpoint, everything in my gut's telling me, like, something needs to be done. And until recently, this person wasn't there. But there is now, I'm going to assume, grandmother that lives over there with them. Mm-hmm. And she is on their asses. Like, I love her right now. She's my favorite. Because she'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you stupid? Get the fuck out of the middle of the street, you dumbass. And she'll pull them out, and like the 2-year-old or 3-year-old sitting in the street the other day, and she comes out there, she picks the kid up, whoops him on his ass, carries him inside. It's like, what's wrong with you? Are you trying to die, you stupid ass? Let's get your stupid ass. And like, I was like, I don't fuck. Like, I don't swear this much at my kid in that instance, but damn. Fucking Christ. So like she's old school, and I'm okay with it. But she's also very funny. Because like when I was repairing my brake pads on Sunday, I could hear on the phone, I don't know what's going on, but all I hear is, Michelle dyed her hair orange? Man, doesn't that N-word know she can't pull off orange hair? Tell that bitch to dye her hair back. She ain't gonna pull off fucking orange hair. Put her on the phone. Somebody else comes in from the house. Again, I'm not paying attention to them. I'm not looking at them, but I'm listening to this very clearly because she's not talking quiet. Guy comes out of the house, and all I hear is, who are you talking to? Didn't hear the name. Okay. Yeah, Michelle dyed her hair orange. Tell that fucking bitch she is going to look ugly as fuck with orange hair. And I'm in the middle of like pulling pads off, and I'm just busting up laughing. I'm like, they're going to see me. They're going to hear me laugh because I'm not quiet about this at all. I was like, fucking Michelle with orange hair, and like pulling pads off. And then finally, I hear her go, oh, you're gonna get Michelle? Okay, put that stupid bitch on. Oh my god! Just, did you ask to dye your hair orange? Who the fuck said you could dye your hair orange? Okay, you fire her. You don't go back to that salon. She's lying to you. You ain't gonna pull orange off. You're gonna look like a ratty mess, you stupid. I was like, oh my god. She went inside
That's
once
when
my
you.
kids came home, but I was laughing hysterically. I'm pretty sure she saw me because she made eye contact. I went, so, ads, work on
I will
ads.
laugh
Don't
and
look
I
over there.
swear. Don't hurt me.
I was
No,
having a heyday.
and that's. I mean, the neighborhood that you live in is. It depends. Like
Yeah.
ours is right now. It's fairly quiet. We have kids, which I don't care. We have the teenagers down the street. Do your thing. Just don't fuck up
Respect.
to where I have
That's
to
all I
get
care about.
involved.
Respect. That's all I care about.
Which you're not gonna get respect from a bunch of fucking teenagers. I know that. It's gonna happen. Whatever.
Common sense, whatever you
Just
want to call it.
don't let me deal with it. Make the neighbor next door deal with it, not me.
Anybody but this house.
Yeah, just fuck up a house down, not the house right here. So it's whatever. But and I get it, but I'm not gonna be the ones like, oh cool, yeah, let me hang out, let's do this shit tonight. No, fuck off. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't park in my driveway. Park by the house in front of the house, cool, whatever. Just don't fucking be there for 2 days straight to where I gotta mow my grass and kick your car when I'm trying to fucking move. That's what that pisses me off too. Don't fucking park your car in front of my house if I gotta mow my grass.
Well, nice thing is
I will hit your car.
We have a walkway. I don't want to call it a sidewalk because it literally just connects to my driveway and then ends at the big tree that's literally like 8 feet away from my driveway. It's just a little walkway.
It's a walkway.
I've had people like park up on because it's bricks. I've had them park up on that, and they're like slanted. And the neighbors we used to have had big pickup trucks or SUVs, so it's like cool, whatever. But I literally watch a little red Toyota park up there, and I could just hear that grinding of metal. I'm gonna assume it's the exhaust, but all I'm hearing is just, it's like, ugh. It triggered me to the point I was like, what is going on? I had to go look outside, and she gets out, it's a girlfriend of one of the guys that lived next door. I was like, what are you doing? Just, I'm parking here. My boyfriend said park on the curb. I don't think he meant literally. And she goes, yeah, he said park on the curb like I do, and that's how he parks. He has a pickup truck. Okay. I was like, look, I'm not a mechanic, but 2 things. You need to move your car. My wife's going to be home soon. 2, you need to go tell your boyfriend you just parked literally on the curb because
fuck your shit up.
You're going to need some repairs done. No, it's fine. And sure enough, boyfriend comes out and he's just like, what is going on? And she goes, I parked on the curb. And he literally goes, oh my, not my car. You better make sure your dad has money to fix that shit because I ain't fixing it this time. I was like, this time? What? Hold on. I'm not big fans of my old neighbors because they're the ones that threw the party till like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning and had to get cops involved. But I was like, I backstory? What? And that woman just, it's fine. She ended up pulling off. I don't know if she had the leak before, but she definitely had a leak after because there was fluid all down the curb and into like where the curb meets the road. I was like, yep.
Something's not right.
Not my fault. Not my fault. Okay. I'm just glad she didn't hit my fucking paver bricks. I was like, dumbass.
Yeah.
That really would have fucked your car up.
Yeah. I mean, I try to. I mean, I was kind of a dick when I was younger too, so I try to be as understanding as much as I can to a certain point to where you're being a dick too much that I can handle, and you wake up somebody, or you're bothering me when I'm trying to do what I'm doing.
That's the thing. Like if it's kids, I'm totally understanding. Now, granted, if it's kids, I am watching, especially on my roads, because we have college kids who will just whip their vehicles down the road really quick.
Yeah.
So I'm watching and paying attention to kids to make sure that if anything happens, because I know how this is going to work out. If one of them gets hit, the cops are going to investigate everyone and see like, what did you see type thing to get full story. But also because I don't want whether they're my kids or not, I don't want anybody to fucking hit a kid with a vehicle. That's horrendous. So
Mhm.
I'm there kind of just like, come on. And there's been a few times like, hey, you guys need to get out of the street. There's cars coming. It's
Mhm.
fine, they'll move. No. Now I tell them like I tell my own kids, you need to look out for yourself. Other people will not
Yeah.
look out for you.
Mhm.
Ah, fine. It's like, I'm not being grumpy, I'm being very civil about it. But at the same time, if you're gonna come on my property or my porch is the one that really pisses me off. And you're gonna bang on my door, yes, there's consequences to your stupidity. You fucked around
Yeah.
and we're gonna find out.
Mhm.
College kids, the moment you turn 18, and I was dumb, I was stupid. I get it. But there's a lack of common understanding, common decency, and common respect of just, oh, I'm not going to be super loud. You don't have to like your neighbors, you don't have to talk to your neighbors, but you should somewhat inspect your neighbors, I guess would be the best way to phrase it.
Mhm.
Know who lives by you. If they have kids or if they have families, whatever, be aware of that and maybe don't host parties past 11 p.m. And not just because
That
there's a noise ordinance in our city, but it's fucking 11. People work.
yeah.
You may not,
And
but
that
people work.
if you're doing it on a weekend, and one thing too, I've had some, and not here, other places of they come over and they knock on the door like, hey, we're gonna have a get together
Cool.
this weekend. You know, it's and they've been straight with me. I'm like, are you guys gonna get loud? Like, yeah, we probably will. Just let me know if
Yeah.
shit gets out of hand, or if it does, let me know, and we'll try to handle it. Obviously, and there's straight up like, I'm not gonna be able to handle the entire party because it might get a lot of people. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Whatever. Just make sure that they don't park one in my driveway, in my yard,
Yep.
and they're not run up and down being assholes because obviously I have kids. I have to make sure that
Yep.
they get sleep, because if you wake up my kids, I have a problem. Wake me
Yep.
up, I don't care, unless I need to be worried at some point.
Yep.
So we never had a problem. They were cool enough to come over and say it, and they were younger kids. They
And,
were
and that's the difference.
not.
That's the common decency and respect of going,
Yeah.
hey, just FYI, this is going to happen.
Hmm.
Cool. But there's none of that. And that's where I'm
Yeah.
like, again, 11 o'clock, cool. K State wins a football game against KU. K State wins against Mizzou, whatever. I get it.
Yeah, you're
Rivalries.
gonna see it. Yep.
One, it pisses me off when we had to call the cops that night. The cops are like, oh well, they beat KU. I don't give a fuck. It's 12:30 at night. You understand? People have to go to work. Well, it's Saturday. I don't care. People still have to work on the weekends.
Mm.
Like and they're waking my kids up again. If it's just me and my wife, that's one thing. But I now have kids, and you're waking them up, which means if they're woken up and they're grumpy and they're pissy all day, I'm grumpy and pissy. So I'm going to kick somebody's ass for
Yeah.
waking my kids up.
Yeah.
But I've lived by neighbors before that's like, hey, look, we're gonna have a party, and my deal is always the same. Fine, please stick to the noise ordinance, which is 11 p.m. All loud noises need to cease to exist. You can still hold a party inside your house, but not outside the house because there's a noise ordinance. Cool. Halloween, big games, I get it. But again, anything past midnight, that's too much. And it's not just like me being 30 plus years old. I've been that way for a while. Just like, there's, it's just too much. There's too much noise going on. You have no respect, no decency for anybody else. You're in the world of me, 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 me. And I had neighbors who literally said, look, I'm so sorry about last night. We did not expect to have a party. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
shit
it was
happens.
over. It's fine. I get it.
Yeah.
But I should also be able to go over there and be like, hey, you're being too loud. Please quiet down. And it should not be an issue. It should be, oh, I'm so sorry. Or not, you don't even need to apologize. Say, okay, turn the noise down. But like that Halloween one that I was telling you about where they partied till like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Fuck you. No. We don't have to. You're waking my kids up. I don't give a fuck. I will literally call the fucking cops on you. You stupid
Mm.
prick. And then a lot of slurs were tossed around that I haven't heard since high school days. I was like, whatever. Side note,
You're
if
like,
you're ever
yeah.
to call the cops on your neighbors, don't tell them you're going to call the cops. Call the cops.
Yeah.
That's what the cops told me.
Yeah. It's
I was just trying to be decent and be like, I will call. I didn't say I was. I said I will call the cops if you guys don't be
It's one of
quiet.
those like, oh, you're just giving the courteous. You're still being courteous at that point, trying to say, hey,
I'm
I
bluffing.
can do this. I will do this. But fuck it. Like, if you're gonna be a dick about stuff, if I can't go over and say, and I've never had to actually do it,
No.
if I have to
Well,
go
once.
over, then there's a problem. I would probably, to be honest, I would probably call the cops before I even go over there. To be honest, because then like I have to leave the house and interact with people, and I'm already in a pissed off mood. It's not gonna go well at all.
I've
So
had
I would probably
I've had to
call
do it
before.
once, but that was like my military days of I had to go to another dorm that was across the street and be like, "You guys are too loud." Because if one dorm's having a party, at least in Germany, all the dorms around would get penalized. So if one dorm got locked down and had a curfew, they'd be like, "Well, that dorm had a party, which means all these other dorms tenants
Mhm.
were over there having the party, so we'll just lock them all down."
Yeah, I think
One
that's
ruins it for everyone. So there's definitely been times where I went over and be like, "You guys need to shut the fuck up,
yeah, that's
quiet
that I
down.
think is a little
I
different
will kill
than
you."
yeah. See, that's a little different because you can threaten life at that point and almost take life to a certain extent. But
We
like in
lived
a neighborhood, it's
we
a little
lived by
different.
a flight line. Could take a life and nobody would hear
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like
it.
it's a little different than like a normal neighborhood. I
Yeah.
I would probably, unless I was like really good friends with them or knew them well enough, just like at that point, I would now would be like a text like, "Hey, can you
Shut the
like
fuck up.
quiet down?" And then if it doesn't happen, then hey, shut the fuck up. But I would probably just do it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All I know is my ideal mark would be, or my ideal situation is I live out in the country. I don't want neighbors. Because then guess what? I don't fucking worry about anybody. I do just have to
yeah,
worry about my mental state of going, I've seen all those documentaries. Oh, shit.
true.
Weird shit. But, I mean, it's also a different time. I will say that because I do not remember. I also grew up in a very small town. I don't remember even having that ever being an issue even when I was like high school, where I went to parties or snuck out to parties. I don't remember ever having a so loud that the cops got called because of noise. They got called for drinking, but
Yeah,
not noise. It was always, oh, we heard there's underage people here. We're not drinking. You sure? We're not drinking.
yeah,
Or run! Cornfield, wheat field, cut
yeah.
flavors.
It's what
Ow.
that's how ours were. All of ours were cornfield, gravel road. We didn't do a whole lot of houses, so
We started doing houses because the cops knew which farms would get hit with the parties.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because it was mostly, like, especially like where I grew up, there was one family who owned like 80% of the farmland surrounding the area for within 10 miles radius. So yeah, you
mhm,
couldn't really get away with much.
yeah,
So, but neither here
makes
nor there,
sense.
I guess. It's 20 years ago.
Yeah,
God, it's been 25 years. So old. It's like 40 years for you.
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Anyways, we we're gonna wrap this up. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this problem. Sometime in August, I didn't say May. Sometime in August, we are gonna take a 1 week break, so there'll be no podcast episodes, and you'll just get to play catch up. And it's just a little summer break slash back to school break. Don't know when, but keep up to date with our social media because we will post up on Instagram, Threads, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, and we'll make the
Mhm.
announcement like what date it is. Just kind of pay attention to that. And of course, every Thursday night you can still catch us live playing games. Hopefully, I can fucking play this week. Swear to God,
I'll be honest. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna be doing,
I will load up my PS4 again. Play this shit.
and not be able to play with us. So yeah,
There's still memory on it. It's fine. I have nothing else on it. Just Netflix and Disney. So check us out. It's a lot of fun. We'll also be joined with a guy that's been joining us for 3 weeks now. I think we said 4 weeks now, something like that.
something like that.
Almost a month.
Yeah,
Lance. or Lancering Games. He'll be joining us, and maybe Doofy, whatever.
Doofy.
Another guy that they played with. I didn't get the opportunity. But come check us out. Other than that, that's all we got for you. This may have been broken up into 2 parts. I don't know. We'll see.
We're gonna have to. Long as shit.
If you made this far, congratulations. Good on you. Way to make it this far. You deserve kudos. So good on you. Here's your kudos. That's all you get. Got 2 episodes without those sounds. There you go.
Oh,
that's all I got.
Going.
That's all I got. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check us out every Tuesday and Thursday. Here's Rahgel.
I got nothing. Till then. Bye, bitch.